Right there. That's the reason why I'm running so fast this year. Let me explain.
So last year, a bunch of Brazilian researchers got together and they had one question. Do people run faster in a group or by themselves? So they got 14 guys together and had them run two 10K time trials. First time, the guys run the 10K by themselves. Second time, 1 week later, they'd run it with someone. And so what happened? The guys, when they ran it with someone else, they ran 1 minute faster overall, roughly 9 seconds per mile faster. Let's rewind for a second. 8 years ago, I graduated from the University of Missouri. I went from running on the club there to running by myself. I managed to PR in a couple things after college, but at a certain point, I just plateaued. I could not seem to run any faster. All right, so you can probably see where this is going. So what made me switch from running solo to running in a group? Well, two things. Now this is a podcast from the guy behind The Big Short, Moneyball, and The Blind Side. It's so good, I'm gonna link it down in the show notes below. The excerpt you're about to hear is about how coaching can be a springboard for better performance.
Let's think about the people who get the most coaching. Well, professional athletes would be one. Take Roger Federer. He's probably got 10 guys, coaches and physical trainers. So here's Roger Federer, one of the greatest athletes in the world, and he has 10 coaches.
Let me put this another way. The best athletes, business people, and entertainers have a lot of coaches. If I want to be the best that I can be, it makes sense that I have at least one coach. The other thing that really influenced me happened in February. For any of you guys that follow me on Strava, you know I run the lakefront path here in Chicago a lot. I was out there one day, easy run, and just ended up being side by side with another guy. We get to talking, and he mentions that he has a coach. Not only that, but he's improved a lot since he's had one. All right, so what did I do? I got Michael Lewis here, Chance Encounter here, put them together. You guessed it. The next day, I went and got myself a coach. Just kidding. I let those ideas marinate for 4 months, and then I got a coach. A little PSA before we continue. Personal anecdotes are overrated. We tend to overvalue our own experiences. What works for me might not work for you. Translation, take this with a grain of salt.
You better pick that up, Carl.
Since I joined DW Running here in Chicago, a couple things have changed. I've done a lot more stretches, a lot more supplemental exercises, but actually fewer miles overall. More of a focus on quality over quantity. Most importantly, I've done 8 races. In 6 of those, I've PR'd. Just look at the difference between my PRs then and not even a year later. Now, there are a whole bunch of reasons to join a club, but I want to keep it simple, give you my 6 biggest takeaways from the last year. Take your easy days easy, even easier than you think. Stretches and strength exercises matter. I personally do 30 to 45 minutes a day, which is about 30 to 45 minutes more than before I joined DW. Never go full send on a workout. You can run hard, you can push it, you can even grind it, but never go full send. Have someone look at your form. Unless you're Eliud Kipchoge, there's a good chance it could be improved. For me personally, my arms used to look like windmills when I got tired. Now, they only look like tiny windmills. One day off of training won't kill you. Sure, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world. If anything, you can use it to cross-train, ride your bike, or go for a swim or something. Last, invest in some super shoes. Unless you're a running purist, there's no reason not to have them on your feet. Running in a group or getting a coach isn't for everyone. That's just what's worked for me. There are always exceptions to the rule. Just look at the professional level with someone like Ben True.
Most people look at me and say, you run by yourself every day. You don't really have coaches the last few years. I just go to a track with my own stopwatch. You live in New Hampshire, there's nothing around. Everybody thinks that I could do better by joining a running group. I could do better if I had training partners. I could do better if I had a coach that stood over me every day. But that's not true.
Getting a coach and running in a group can also be pricey. I pay $150 per month. If you said,
Carl, I'm not paying $150 a month just so someone can tell me to run fast.
I would say, yeah, that's reasonable. The thing is, if you're like me, and you love running like I do, the goal is to PR. And PRs are priceless.